Yang sapon saya ke igi jurusan.
Om Swastiastu. Om Awignamastu Namo Sidam. Respected judges, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Utsawa Dharma Gita of Bali in 2025. First of all, let us offer our prayers and gratitude to God, Ida Sang Yang Widiwasa. Because of His blessings, we can gather today in peace and harmony. Ladies and gentlemen, with your permission, I would like to sing a short part of the chorus, a song from Lil Dicky with the title Earth. If you know this song, let us sing together in 3, 2, 1. We love the earth, it is our planet. We love the earth, it is our home. We love the earth, it is our planet. We love the earth, it is our home. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, what do you think about my voice? Isn't that good, right? Okay, thank you very much. So, ladies and gentlemen, do you know that all the earnings from this song are donated to the earth? Isn't that cool, right? That's why I love listening to it. I just sang a small part, but the song actually conveys a lot, especially about what's happening to our earth. Ladies and gentlemen, have we ever realized that the earth is sick? Every day, we hear news about natural disaster, climate crisis, and pollution. The ice in the poles is melting. Plastic waste fills the oceans. And the air in big cities is hard to breathe. So, ladies and gentlemen, the question should be, what can we do to our earth? That's our topic. Today, I would like to share a Dharma speech with the title, Protecting the Universe Through a Green Lifestyle. Ladies and gentlemen, the universe is a holy creation of God. In Hinduism, protecting nature is not just a social duty. It is also our spiritual responsibility. It is part of living in harmony. Let us listen to a sloka from the Atharvaveda. Mata Bhumi Putra Aham Pritivya. This sloka means Earth is our mother and we are her child. This sloka shows that we have a sacred relationship with nature. As the children of Mother Earth, we must love, respect, and protect her. But in reality, many people still harm the environment. For example, people in big cities like Jakarta often litter in the rivers, causing floods and water pollution. In Kalimantan and Sumatra, large areas of the forest are cleared for palm oil plantation. It's destroying wildlife habitats. In our home, in Bali, many beaches are covered with plastic waste from tourists and local communities. It's harming marine animals. Ladies and gentlemen, if we continue to live like this, the earth will be destroyed, good food will be hard to find, and life will become very difficult. So, once again, ladies and gentlemen, what can we do to our earth? We can start by doing small, kind action every day. This is called a green lifestyle. What is green lifestyle? Have you ever heard about that before? So, green lifestyle means living in a way that cares for the earth. It is a simple spiritual practice in Hinduism. Example of green lifestyle are reduce plastic and single-use item, plant trees and take care of gardens, saving water and electricity, don't waste food, and also live simply, not wastefully. Ladies and gentlemen, do you know that Many people today suffer because of pollution, deforestation, floods, and climate change. Communities lose their homes, farmers struggle with poor harvest, and children face health problems from dirty air and water. Do you know, in some part of Africa, children suffer from breathing difficulties because of severe air pollution? In Asia, many families lose their homes, belongings, and even loved ones to the floods. This real situation show us that environmental damage is not just an issue for nature, but also a serious threat to human life. Ladies and gentlemen, do you know plastic waste takes a very long time to decompose, and some of it can remain in the environment for centuries. For example, a simple plastic bag may take 10 to 20 years to break down, while a plastic bottle can last more 450 years. Aluminum cans usually needs around 80 to 200 years before they decompose, and glass bottle may take 1,000 of years or might never fully disappear. Styrofoam is even worse, as it can remain in the environment for more than 500 years, ladies and gentlemen. This shows that non-organic waste is very harmful to nature if not managed properly. Ladies and gentlemen, let us live in harmony with nature. Let's make green lifestyle our daily habit. Caring for the earth is not just the government's job, it is our job as well. Every small step matters. When we plant a tree, reduce plastic waste, recycle, or choose eco-friendly habits. Do you know why only humans who get eaten or mind? This is the reason, because humans are being expected to use their mind for good purpose things that are not only useful for themselves, but also for the world they live in. Therefore, as creator that blessed with power of mind, let us begin to take care of our world so that become a safe and comfortable place to live. Ladies and gentlemen, I want all of you to remember this. If not us, who? If not now, when? We are not only protecting the earth for today, but also for the future generation. In the Bhagavad Gita, chapter 3, sloka 14, it says, Anat bhavanti bhutani parjanyat ana sambhava yatsnats bhavanti parjanyo yatsnats karma samubhava. This sloka means living beings come from food, food comes from rain, rain comes from sacrifice, and sacrifice comes from good action. This sloka teaches us that good action protect nature, and protecting nature is a holy act. Ladies and gentlemen, after all, we can conclude that the world doesn't need people who destroy. The world needs brave Hindu youth who protect. Not only those who cares about lives and view, but also about clean air and water for the future. Because the lifestyle is not only our spiritual responsibility, it's part of living in harmony. Because earth is a form of God, and protecting earth is a high form of devotion. Because we don't inherit the earth from our ancestors, we borrow it from our children. Ladies and gentlemen, I want all of you to make a promise to me. Let us all promise from today to take care of our world and live simply. I think that's all I can share. I hope this is useful. I apologize if there any something wrong that I say. I close it with Parama Santi. Om Santi 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 Om. Thank you and see you next time in another opportunity.
Inggih matur susun punika pemilat nomor 6 sanepaken.
My dear fellow Hindu devotees, in Manawa Dharma Sastra 1.85, it is mentioned, Tapah param karta yuge, tretayam jnana muchate, due pare yachana mai vahur, dana mekam kala yuge. It means Dana Punya, religious, will become different in its era. In the era of Kerta Yuga, the religious life prioritized in the form of asceticism. In the era of Tirtha Yuga, the religious life focuses on understanding the jnana, knowledge for life. In the era of Dwapara Yuga, the religious life its focuses on rituals or yajna. In the era of Kali Yuga, the era that we live at the moment, the religious life focuses on dana punya. When people carry out a dana punya activities with the goals of developing human resource with qualities and noble characters, it is certainly very praiseworthy. As a wise man say, it is better or more primary to educate a putra or a child to become suputra than to carry out yajna activities 400 times. Although it does not mean that yajna activities are not needed. No, not at all. In fact, it can be used as a guidance, as a part of the religious revitalizations in order to reach deeper understanding on the ritual itself.